What's up? What is up, guys? Anyway, this is a proper YouTube video, I just like to say it right now, so if I do accidentally put it on my channel, I apologise. This is my assignment 1 for Physiology of Fitness, which I'm doing for my college work. My name is Alice, for the assessor. So, and this assignment involves the short and long-term effects of exercise. So, first thing we're going to look at is the effects of exercise on the musculoskeletal system. Finally got it right, so it took like 15 attempts. Right, so the first thing we have to look at is looking at my phone, because my notes on my phone, the increased blood supply during exercise. So, why do we get increased blood supply? Well, we get increased blood supply because we need extra oxygen in the muscles. Why do we need extra oxygen in the muscles? We need extra oxygen in the muscles so that we can keep reproducing energy, thus keep moving. We also need increased blood supply so we can remove the waste product, which is carbon dioxide, which we don't like carbon dioxide because it causes lactic acid, and we need to remove that from the muscles and then eventually exhale it, but that's in the cardiovascular and respiratory system, which I'll look at in a few minutes. So, but also, to increase the blood supply, we have something called capillary dilation. Capillary dilation is basically where the capillaries get bigger. If the capillaries are bigger, it means that we can have more blood flowing through them. Also, if the capillaries are bigger, it means that the blood gaseous exchange can occur quicker and more regularly between the muscle and the blood supply, so we can keep working for longer with oxygen being delivered to the muscle sites. Next thing we look at is the muscle pliability. We need increased muscle pliability during exercise so we don't tear the muscles. You get micro tears in the muscles, which I'll also come on to in a minute, but we don't want to pull a muscle or tear a muscle during exercise, because this can put you out for a long time. It's not nice having a muscle pull or tear, because I've been there, I've done it, it hurts a lot. So, increased muscle pliability, which basically increases stretchiness in the muscles, which basically means all the little fibres, because your muscle made up with tiny fibres, all those little fibres are increased in size, well, increased length, they're basically more stretchy. It's like getting an elastic band, you know. Good example, get an elastic band, yeah? No, actually, get a piece of glue tack. You get a piece of glue tack, you try stretching it, yeah? Well, no, you try stretching it initially, it doesn't stretch. You get it, you roll it up in your hand and stretch it, it can go a lot further, and you just keep stretching and stretching it, stretching it, eventually it'll snap. Obviously, it will snap. Which leads us very nicely on to micro tears. Now, micro tears. Micro tears are basically, if that's one fibre in the muscle, so that's your fibre in the muscle, basically when you exercise, a lot of the little microfibers tear. When they tear, basically what it is it's the muscle being worked, lengthened, with all the Purkinje fibres, which is the fancy name for the muscles, they lengthen, and then eventually they get to the point and they go and snap. Now, this happens, well no, I'm not going to go into how it happens, but basically what it is they snap and then they swell. And they swell and they put pressure on the nerve, and that sends a signal to your brain, and your brain goes, please, tell me you don't like it, and it cries. Well, you don't literally cry because you don't really feel it. But then these muscle fibres grow back stronger. So instead of it being that thick, it might be that thick. That's why your muscles get bigger. So if you ever go to the gym and you ache a lot afterwards, it's because your muscles are torn. But then they will grow back bigger, hence the reason you see guys that are massive, because they'll go to the gym every day, and basically their muscle fibres will be huge inside the muscles. Now, that leads us kind of on to the increased range of movement when exercising. Now, this is to do with the increased muscle pliability, but also to do with something called the synovial fluid. The synovial fluid is basically the liquid within your joints, which is secreted, which basically means it's put into the joint when you perform exercises. When you exercise, this fluid becomes less viscous. This is part of the heat. Also, quick fact here, did you know that 70% of the body's heat is produced through muscle friction? Boom, quite cool fact, isn't it? Think about that one next time you're exercising. So, anyway, back to synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is the fluid in the joint which basically allows it to move. So when you knee you have it, which allows you to do that, I don't know if you can see it, or allows you to do that in your arm. So this is secreted. It's secreted in a greater amount when you're doing exercise than it is when you're just walking down the street. So, this fluid is secreted, which basically means you can do more with the joint. So if you can do more with the joint, you can flex it more. So instead of being able to go there with your arm, say if you're not exercising, you might be able to do there. Obviously you can fully extend your arm at any point you wish. but you get the idea. The muscle pliability also comes into this, because the muscle pliability allows you to basically, the stretchier your muscle is, the more you go to stretch it. I have a problem with my knee. Basically, my hamstring and my calf are too short. Basically, they're pulling on the knee. So, well, yeah. So instead of me being able to, if that's my leg, that's the knee joint. Instead of me being able to fully extend my leg like that, I can go to there. However, when I stretch properly, I can go to there. This is partly to do with the secretion of the fluid, also the lengthening of the calf and the lengthening of the hamstring. Anyway, so if we have increased range of movement in the joint, it means we can basically flex the joint more and basically move quicker or do any exercise better. That's the first part done. I'll be back in a minute once I've reset my camera and all that jazz, and we will do the short-term effects of exercise on the forgotten word, energy systems. Back. Oh no, we'll be. Ow, my knee's just gone quick. That one really hurt. Right then, so now we are going to look at, as I said before, using the camera, we're going to look at the effects, the short-term effects of exercise on the energy systems. Got there eventually. Right then, so we have three energy systems: ATP, phis, which stands for adenogen triphosphate phosphorylcreatine, cytosine, that means drug, the lactic acid energy system, and the aerobic energy system. Now then, the ATP PPC system, this exercise system, well, this energy system is for very powerful short length of exercise. So this will last for about 8 to 10 seconds. So you're looking at your 100 metre sprints, your high jumps, your triple jumps, that kind of thing. Oh, and use throws, so like throwing cricket or whatever. Basically for generating a lot of power over a short period of time. Then you have your lactic acid energy system. This is for generating not as much power, but not a tiny amount. So instead of that much power, if we were looking at it in length. And this lasts from basically when your ATP system cuts out to about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how well trained you are. And then of course you've got your aerobic system. This is for submaximal exercise. So currently I'm working anaerobically. Although it feels like my jaw's working I'm working aerobically, not anaerobically. Currently I'm working aerobically, even though it feels like my jaw is working anaerobically. So yeah, now, during exercise, our body will use more than one of these energy systems. So, if I was say running a 200 metre race, I would be using, for the initial burst of energy, so at my blocks, I would use the ATP phis system for the first about 100 metres of the race. This is how I build up my power back and get out of the blocks and get a good start. Then, for the final 100 metres of the race, I'll use the lactic acid energy system. Now, my final part of the race will be slower, purely because I can't regenerate the energy as quickly. This is because I'm working anaerobically and I can't reproduce the ATP. If I'm working anaerobically, I haven't got the oxygen necessary to reproduce the energy, so I change energy systems and use one that uses glycogen. Now glycogen we can't reproduce as quickly as ATP. So, for the last 100 metres of the race I'm working slowly. Then of course you've got your aerobic. Your aerobic energy system will be used in kind of a marathon event per se. But also, these energy systems can interact. So, they can interact. How do they interact? Well, we can use all three energy systems in a single race. The race I'm going to choose to look at is the 10,000 metres. So, 10,000 metres, you've got, at the start, you will use the you'll use the anaerobic energy system. So, you're on the start line, ready to go. You use the aerobic energy system, the anaerobic energy system to get you off the line. Why do you use it, right? Well, we use it so we can get to the front of the pack, or we're just in position, we're all hyped up, ready to go here, really want to do it. So we use this energy system to get us moving. Then, once we're settled into our running style, so we're going along nicely, we use our aerobic energy system. This is because it lasts for longer, and kind of uses, well, it allows us to keep working aerobically so we can keep sending energy to the muscle sites. Then, as we get to the end of the race, so we're about 4 to 8 minutes out, we start to think, yeah, I'm in the competition for this race. So you start to build your speed. Then you hit your VO2 max. Once you hit your VO2 max, you then work anaerobically. So we're now using the lactic acid energy system. you're thinking, yeah, I'm working hard. Then you think, hang on, I've got pain in the muscles here. That's lactic acid because you haven't got oxygen in the muscles, you've only got CO2. So the hydrogen atoms cannot be ionized, therefore the pyruvic acid becomes lactic acid, and you start to get pain in the muscle. You think, no, I'll keep going. So you're running. Then you think, hang on, I'm only 100 metres out, and I've got to go on my shoulder. I need to go quicker. So you use the ATP system. This will give you a massive amount of burst. It's like when you drink a caffeine drink effectively. First ever caffeine drink, you think, ooh. If you've ever seen Over the Hedge, you'll know what I'm on about. So, you then think, you put all the power in, you get to the end, you finish, yes, I've won. And then you collapse to the floor because you're absolutely shattered because you have no energy left because you've used, well, you're trying to recover the oxygen debt. You've got DOMS, so you recover the oxygen. DOMS is setting which what's it, more soreness, but you finish the race. And that's basically the energy continuum. So you've got ATP short, burst of energy, then you've got your lactic acid, then you've got aerobic for long. Now, that's energy system done. Again, I'm going to reset the camera. I'm going to sort something out over there. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Bye.